Dean, you'll be no doubt disappointed to crush out the cup here at Whickham. What are your thoughts on tonight's match?
It's very disappointing. I mean, obviously, we didn't have really sort of high expectations in terms of getting the victory given who we were up against, but I didn't think we sort of did ourselves justice, certainly in the first half, and it's a very disappointing scoreline.
In fact, defeat in the end, as you've just said, do you think the scoreline could have been different on another night?
I thought we did all right for the first 15-20 minutes, but then we just had that mad spell for about 5 minutes where they got 3 goals, which, it's however way you look at them, they were forced mistakes really, but I think we could have dealt with them better. It was just sort of 3 very, very quick and soft goals, but they've got a couple of sort of very good strikers who obviously know where the goal is, so, it was... I think we'll always struggle against sort of opposition, but it just has to be another learning opportunity for us.
Speaking of goals, we scored 2 great ones tonight against them, obviously. What other positives did you see?
Yeah, it was 2 decent finishes. I mean, obviously, we had sort of a fairly sort of difficult conversation at half time, because I just felt certainly for the last 10 minutes of the first half we just sort of more or less gave up. It was half-hearted at best. I think the big positive we'd see from the second half performance was, we did compete a lot better. But then equally, you could argue the game's gone at that stage. We're coming out at 5-0. So yeah, it's a positive that it was only 2-2 in the second half. But still, the overall scoreline speaks volumes. Yeah,
as you've said, we looked a different team. What was the message in the dressing room at half time?
It was that really, there'd been sort of a lot of criticism, and I always say, if I want them to find the voices more, but at the minute all we do is find our voice for criticism after the event, which is just a complete waste of time and it's a waste of breath. So they really just needed to refocus. We couldn't really work out in terms of who was doing what job, and sometimes you just have to go back to basics and look to match the opposition up. And I did say to them at the start, the one thing that we should always be able to match teams with is effort, which we just didn't do for the majority of the first half. But thankfully, I would say in the second half we did.
So next game we travel to Durham United, where we're back in league action. How do you prepare your team for that one? Will there be any love lost?
Not really, no. I mean, the way I look at it is it's Durham United in name only. Essentially, it's Durham University that we're playing on Saturday. They have to sort of worry about themselves. We just have to refocus. It's a league game, which is the key thing that matters. We need to start picking up more points because we need to get in a more realistic position in the league. We'll go back to doing sort of the simple things well, and hopefully we should have enough to get the 3 points on Saturday.